Hello and welcome, everyone. You are listening to The Crack. This is the podcast where I ask you what's the crack. So what's the crack, guys? Get in touch, let me know. And we'll see how everyone's getting on. But how are you getting on? How are you doing? How have you been? It's been 2 weeks, somehow, since the last episode. I don't know how that's happened. Time just doesn't stop. Doesn't slow down. It's not fair. So yeah, 2 weeks gone by. What have you been up to? Been behaving? Been looking after yourself? Treating yourself well? Bit of self-love. In a more emotional sense, not a physical, behave yourself type of sense. Bit of self-love. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're being good. Yeah. What's been going on in my 2 weeks? Well, not a lot. I don't know how 2 weeks has gone by. I don't know how it's just kind of freaky, to be honest. Yeah, just, the usual. Work, sleep, eat, repeat. Just keep going round. Yeah, I've been working. I'm back at the gym now. Yeah, so you might have noticed my voice is sounding a little bit more toned, a little bit more cardiovascular there. Yeah, a little bit smoother. No, I'm just, I go Monday to Friday. Been doing that for a few weeks now, so you've gone like 10 times? Yeah, just over 10 times, yeah. Alright, so you're hardly a gym rat. No, I'm, not a gym rat, but yeah, back at the gym, getting my sweat on, yeah. Tried a 24-hour one, though, so no excuse not to go. That was the problem with the last one. Well, so that was the problem. Oh, that was the problem, was it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, just maybe my motivation was part of the problem, but also it didn't help when you finish work at 7:30 and the gym closes at 8 o'clock. Some days of the week, or you get up early and it opens at 7. Start work at 7:30. You got to leave the house at 7 to get to work for 7:30. So, yeah, this one I go to 24 hours. You get the wee app on the phone, little QR code. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry if I'm tired. It's because I was at the gym. Yeah, you scan the wee QR code at the door, poof, and you get. It's alright. You get the DOMs, get the pains the day after. That's in a very non-kinky way, a very satisfying pain. Yeah, punish me. No, it's all part of it. So, pain is just weakness leaving the body. Well, I don't know about that, but it does feel good to be exercising again. I mean, I'm not going in there and pushing myself to the absolute physical limits. It's not like, listen, mate, as soon as that door opens in the morning, I'm the first one in there. When it closes at night, I'm the last one out. I'm not going in like that. Go up there and certain days do certain exercises, and I, mildly push myself to discomfort. I push a wee bit beyond that, alright? It's not don't just push to discomfort. You gotta go through it. Yeah. And then every second day, so 3 times a week, because I go 5 days, so Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I run. From my past. I use the treadmill. Do a nice little raise the incline to 1%, walk at speed 5, run at speed 10. Do that off and on. I've got this app for it's a couch to 10k thing, but I used to do it in the woods, but I do it on the treadmill now. And what I'm going to do is once I can do 5k on the treadmill, I'll just stop, because that should take 30 minutes at the speed I do. And I think 30 minutes for 5k is respectable. So, these yawns. Yeah, we'll do that. So that's kind of been my focus. Self-focus. My focus. Focus on me. Been exercising. I mean, it's concerning because the notes on my phone, even when you buy a new phone, they swap over. Like same with contact numbers and photographs and things. So the notes on my phone still have the information for when I was going more regularly. I'll try that again. Regularly to the gym a while ago. And I simply cannot lift the same weights. It's a bit disheartening, but that is what happens. In life, you get weaker if you don't maintain. So, hopefully I'll get back to that, and hopefully my cardio will improve. Because, yeah, I can hear myself breathing on the treadmill, and I'm like a fucking bagpipe somebody's stuck a dagger into. It's not a healthy sound. So, yeah, we'll see if that improves. And, I was going to say watch this space, but listen to this area. I'll update you, no doubt. Do you go to the gym? Do you exercise? Maybe you do. I hope you do. Makes you feel good about yourself. Yeah. Although I was in there today, and the fire alarm went off. Nobody reacted. Nobody left. So I don't know if that's some sort of statement about society. But no, gym full of... Jim who? Jim Hawkins. Gym full of people. Fire alarm went off and nobody left. We all just sort of... I mean, I was quite grateful. That was between the 4th and 5th, the last set of the weights. Taking a little 30-second rest there, and the alarm went off, so I took a little bit longer than 30 seconds. Yeah, just sat there looking around like, if anyone else is... No one seems to... Okay. Member of staff was at the front door of that big box thing, and I remember when I worked in the hotels, not that I had like a career in working in hotels. When I say worked the hotels, I worked at a resort where there was like 4 different hotels. When I worked for them, if the fire alarm went off, you didn't encourage folk to leave. Sounds dangerous. You go to the box and it would tell you what room or what area the fire was apparently in, and then you would go and check it, and then you could return and turn off the alarm. So I assume that's what happened. Unless, I might read in the paper tomorrow. Gym burns down. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to, guys. That's what I've been up to, Pumping iron. Lifting the lead. Pushing myself. Yeah. What else has been going on? I'll tell you what, last night, I had a bit of a panic. I say panic. I didn't break a sweat. My breathing didn't increase. I'm not going to at the gym. I'll tell you what, guys, you want a life-changing experience. Yeah, so days off, and got my contact lenses, because I like to see without my glasses on. And I guess the bedtime, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, early. And, I go to take them out. Can't get the left one. It's alright. We'll swing back around to this guy. Take out the right one. Took out the right one. No bother. Off the eyeball. Back into the wee thing. You go in the bin. Back to the left one. Nope. Try again. Nope. Okay. Can't even feel it. Okay, it's not there. Ran my finger over my eyeball again. Kind of stings. Okay. Let's wash my hands again. Let's try this again. So I go right up to the mirror, face as close as can be to the mirror, and I, with my thumb and index finger, tweeze open my eyelid. Big eyeball, looking right back at myself. It's really weird. If you never look at yourself really close in the mirror, check it out. It's kind of like existential. But so I'm looking right into my eyeball in the mirror. I'm having this moment of like, you are you looking into your eye. You are a person. Just focus. Okay. Just focus there. And I can't see the contact lens. Sometimes there's a wee sort of tiny little blue line that goes around the centre of your eye. Okay, this isn't good. And I'm just full on like fingering my eyeball now. I'm like run my hand all over it, like trying to just grab it. And like at points I'm actually like gripping the eyeball. Nothing's coming off. So I'm okay, cool. My eye's fucking bloodshot to fuck. It's red at this point. Back through to the room I'm in just now, and on my desk here I've got these little eye drops, so I drop it on the eyeball. Stings, but alright, cool. Internet is telling me, if you moisten the eyeball, it might loosen the contact lens. Alright, cool, let's do that. No, it's not there. So what do? I went to bed. That's fine. Woke up this morning feeling fine, and when I put on my glasses, to go to the gym, when I put on my glasses, I could see fine. so I'm assuming it's not on my eye anymore. And then anyway, when I got home from the gym, I showered and put in new contact lenses. So I'm not seeing super with my left eye. I'm seeing just regular. So I'm assuming it fell out at some point. I didn't notice. Which makes me wonder, how much do I really need them? I don't even notice when they're gone. So there's a little story for you there, guys. The contact lens. Where did he go? I don't know. I do not know. Was he even in to begin with? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, if you want any more of the what's been going on in our bathroom, you dirty bastard. Weird smell coming from the sink. Kind of concerning, as we only use that sink for brushing our teeth and washing our hands. I suppose I shave in it sometimes. Yeah, it's not kind of a sink pisser or anything like that, but here's me at work doing my thing, just working away. Charlotte, zzz. Hi. That's our reply. Hello. Hi, just wondering, did you put anything down the bathroom sink? It smells funny. No. Charlotte, no, I didn't put anything down the bathroom sink, other than taking a shit in it. I didn't know. What the fuck? No. So, very anticlimactic. Got myself some bleach, and that went down there. Smell gone, but kind of weird. Where did the smell come from? I don't know. Don't want to think about it. That's our neighbour downstairs is dead in this bathroom. And the smell. I don't know. Reminded me of a Stephen King story. When a guy comes home one day and hears a scratching from inside the sink. Just a little. Alright, cool. Tries to forget about it. Goes to bed. You can still hear the scratching. So, yeah. Goes into the bathroom the next morning. What does he see? Top little part of a finger. It's a finger growing out of his sink. And it's scratching. But every time his wife goes in there, the finger's gone. It's retreated back down the sinkhole. So he goes back in next day and it's a bit longer. It's down to the wee second. There's a cuticle down to the wee second bit. So what the fuck? He goes back in later. It's up to the whole knuckle. But it keeps growing longer and longer and longer and longer. And it's properly like padding, trying to reach, trying to get out of the sink. Yeah. Reminded me of that. There you go. Boom. There's your bathroom sink, Liz. Yeah, smelly. Boom, Stephen King story. Reminds me. Yeah, I read that in school because I remember there's a part in that story where the guy can no longer piss in the room because he feels like there's somebody else in there. So he tells his wife that he's going to go buy a Pepsi from the store down the road. And he does. He goes down to the shop, buys a Pepsi, takes it into the alleyway, opens the can, pours it all out, and then takes a piss in the alleyway. And then me being an impressionable little 14, 15-year-old. Did you piss outside? No, wait there. Write a short story in English, and I wrote one called 40 Stone and Rising. And because I was a Johnny Cash fan as well, I still am, but Johnny Cash has a song 4 Foot High and Rising. So I named this short story 40 Stone and Rising, because it's about a morbidly, massively obese guy who lives a very unhappy life and eventually falls through the floor. They can't get him out. But at one point in that, he's just tanning Pepsi. There you go, guys. So a story I wrote 16, 17 years ago. Bam. In my memory. Shared it with you. 40 Stone and Rising, featuring a fat guy drinking Pepsi. Because I'm a fan of Johnny Cash, and I remembered a guy in a Stephen King short story drinking a Pepsi. What the hell am I talking about? Right, okay. Have we got anything else to talk about on here? What else is there with the sinks? Oh, yeah, well, the sink at work got clogged up, stuck, wasn't working, wasn't sinking. And they got a guy in to fix it, probably a plumber. Didn't check, I'm assuming so. It's a guy off the street. Now there's a sign up saying, please don't put coffee grounds down the sink, as they can get blocked. Oh. Kind of what I use a sink in our kitchen here for. So Charlotte has been telling me for a long time, put them in the fucking bin! So, she doesn't say it like that, but yeah, apparently they can't clog the sink, because they certainly have done at work. So And I put the coffee grounds in the bin. But it's a whole other thing, because instead of just pouring the fucking coffee grounds in the sink and turn the tap on and watching them swirl away, and then the water goes all murky for a second with the coffee, and then before you know it's clear again and satisfying as fuck, now you have to go to the bin and pour it out, and they're all wet and slimy, and then, it's just, I don't know, it's like 4 seconds of my day I could do without. So, yeah, so that's it. But then I remembered when I was a wee boy, a jolly wee lad romping with my friends. No, I remember my granddad. I was at his house once, and he was made me chips for tea. That was the boiler just wailing in the cupboard there, trying to edit that sound out of the background. Yeah, I remember being at my granddad's, and he's making me chips, and his style of chips was you peeled the fucking tatties and you dropped them in hot oil, and then when they were cooked, you put salt on them. Bam. You ate them with ketchup, and that was your meal. And they were delicious, Let's try and find the recipe. You literally just fried them in oil, like a wee saucepan. It was, it's called like chip oil. Oh, you think so? Yeah, well, alright, calm down. Anyway, I remember him. So he's, I'll make you chips. Okay, Grandad, cool, thank you. And he takes out the wee tatties. Cool. And then he goes to a wee cupboard beside his dishwasher. Oh, what's he getting out of there? That's the kitchen supply cupboard. So we think down here, these. And he takes out a plunger, like we've seen in a cartoon, like a toilet plunger, sink plunger. The wee ones about a foot long. Okay. He turns the tap on in the sink, and he just starts peeling his potatoes straight into the sink. And then, once they block the plug hole, he just plunges down in that a few times and they're gone. Whoa. Don't think you meant it. Yeah. Okay then. So yeah, that was his style of doing things. That was just the way it was in the sort of 50s, 60s and 70s. Yeah. I remember a scene in Mad Men, said, the fuck's that gonna do, your granddad peeling tatties? No, Mad Men's obviously set in the 60s, and if you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. Very good show. It's about advertising on Madison Avenue. Madison Square. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, they go for a picnic, because this is an enthralling story, and when they go to leave, they just shake all the rubbish off the picnic blanket and get back in the car. Now, I don't know if it means they're bad characters, but then I think in the 60s there was a big push of, okay guys, actually litter is bad, and it's bad for the environment, and so maybe my granddad just, that goes in the sink. Don't think you meant to. Well, where's it going? That was that's just the way it is, just the way it was. How do you peel your potatoes? You do it in the sink? When I lived with my parents, I had a compost bin in the garden, and everything I peeled went into the compost bin. Not up in here. Not in the flat. All goes in the bin. It's not for those little grey bins. No, we don't have the little grey bins. We're getting a new black bin. Black bin, blue bin, blah 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 blah. A blin. Fucking blin. Yeah, we got a black bin, a blue bin, a green bin, no grey bin. So yeah, plenty of bins, but no compost. I don't see why you wouldn't compost. All you do is put your fucking organic matter in the garden, and the wee worms get a dinner, and it's all lovely. Yeah. Yeah, so I wait for that to arrive. Just a knock on the door, open the door. Sure, there's a bin here. Skinny black bin. Speaking of things arriving, maybe you've already got them. We got our polling cards. Yay! So now we can vote. And if you're not one of our British cool listeners, because we're all friends here, guys, it's a community. This is the crack community. Not the crack den. That's not very appropriate. This isn't. Let's not call it that. Yeah, if you're not one of the British listeners, we've got a general election coming up. So it's a bit of excitement. I do love to vote. Go up to the old school there, and that weird smell brings me back to being a kid, which is funny because it's a different school. It's not the school I went to, but obviously there's some sort of chemical in the wood. Yeah, you get to go in, check your wee box. Yeah, go democracy. Yeah, it's coming up. So I highly encourage you, if you are able, please do vote. And even if you don't want to. You know, it's my right not to vote. Yeah. It is. Absolutely, it's your right not to vote. Even if you don't want to, go in there and draw a cock on the voting form, all right? But take your time. Take your opportunity in the line. You know, that is a fantastic privilege that we get to vote. And I'm not even saying, like, you know, if you're going to vote the same way I am, definitely do. And if you're not, then don't. You know, even if we disagree. Maybe we do. Everyone's got their own story. That's the fantastically amazing thing about voting, is it all comes down to the person. I'll be honest with you, I voted once in my life for something I didn't believe in, and as soon as I let go of the ballot into that wee box, my stomach went tight and I knew it was the wrong decision. So all you have to do is just very briefly, even, you know, I mean, they're all on the news talking shite and all trying to one-up each other and that sort of thing. Just find someone that you agree with. And I'm not going to try and tell you, if you're a bad person, maybe you're a bad person, you find a bad person. You know, everyone has their own story. Whatever your circumstances, just find that one you like, you agree with, you gel with, you find to be the most accurate, and vote for them. Okay, and if you truly don't know who to vote for, if you're doing not as great as you'd like to be in life, find somebody who stands for what you'd like things to improve on, vote for them. And if you are already doing well in life, find somebody who's going to improve it for those who aren't doing as well. Does that make sense? And yeah, if you truly don't know what to do, just go in there and draw some fucking swastikas beside the UKIP one or whatever, and some cocks beside some certain political parties. You know, I don't even think UKIP's on it anymore. I think Reform were then the sort of ones of that ilk, if you know what I mean, the sort of anti, I don't know how to put it this way, anti-progress. In the same sense, conservative values means to go back a little bit. The reform, what does that mean? Put it back to the way it was. Were things better? Arguably, perhaps. You know, it's up to you. Read about them, listen to the radio, watch their debates. Buy a newspaper. Well, actually, don't buy a newspaper. Here's a magazine I like. I'm showing it to the microphone. No, it's called The Week. I don't buy it every week, because it does cost £5 an issue. Fucking hell, it's £20 a month. And what that does is it sort of collates bigger news stories. Well, not just bigger, it collates news stories from from some of the publications in the UK. So instead of getting the Times and having a very conservative view of things, or just the Guardian and having a very sort of liberal view of things, The Week gives you different scatterings from them. So you get a more, not entirely, a more unbiased. Pick your words there, Lewis. A more unbiased overall view. But, you know, people are people. You're going to pick your camp. Some folk find a political party and they can't see past not voting for that, no matter what happens. It's, no, I've always voted for them. Is the boiler back on again? Yeah, for instance, I voted for SNP quite a few times. Am I going to vote for them this time? Who knows? I don't know where I'm going with this one, but it's coming up. I do encourage you highly, if you get the opportunity, please do express your right to vote. It's quite wonderful. I'll get off my soapbox. I mean, I'm not making a point, you know. You'll know in your heart who you really want to vote for. And if you don't, just read a little bit. You know, but always remember. I'm not saying they're full of shit, but a lot of them, I think once their arses touch the leather seats of Westminster, something changes. You know, I'm sure a lot of them get into it for the right reasons, but as soon as they get this little, ooh, I quite like this, things change. So, look at the party, not the person. Find the values of the party. Okay. Politically, I'll leave you there with that, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Nobody does. Nobody knows it. If somebody did know it, they would all be sorted. Yeah. Anyway. And another thing, right, this isn't political, it's just something that's pissed me off. Every time I open Spotify, I don't know if anyone can help me with this. Yeah, it's quite the, change of direction here. Spotify, every time I open it, I wrote her name down. So I listen to, if you know me, sort of rock music from, not heavy rock, I like Creedence, I like Tom Petty, I like Bruce Springsteen, I like that kind of rock. Sometimes I've got a playlist for early 2000s rock, it brings me back. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers and you probably call it indie music, some of that. And then sometimes if I'm driving along at night in the dark, I like some smooth jazz, because I genuinely do. It's very relaxing. Now, every time I open Spotify for the past few days, it brings up Sabrina Carpenter, and it doesn't play the song, but it comes on. And I don't want to listen to her. I've never selected her music. I've never searched her. I mean, even now I've not Googled her. I wrote her name in the notes because I was, I can bring this up in the podcast. This is interesting. I don't know who she is. And Spotify just keeps you should listen to her. I don't want to listen to her. I don't want to. Please stop. Yeah, but you should. No, I don't want to. You're not hearing me. I can tell from her photograph. That's not my type of music. The closest I get to that sort of pop music is Lana Del Rey. Yeah. I like Lana Del Rey. Well, I'm not a Swiftie. I wasn't in Edinburgh at this massive fucking concert that I think everyone I have on Instagram and Snapchat was at, because good lord. And there's some folk at Girls Aloud as well, so poor Girls Aloud picked the sort of wrong time for concert goers, as it seemed Scotland ascended to Taylor Swift. I'm sure it was a good show. I saw Ed Sheeran a few years ago with Charlotte, and I wasn't a fan of his the whole way down. It wasn't going to be doer. Charlotte was buzzing for it and loving it, so alright, cool. I was excited too. I was excited for her. So we stood for hours and hours and hours and hours, and finally the show came on. And then by the end of that night, I was like, good lord, I think I'm an Ed Sheeran fan, because he's one talented gentleman. Very good show. And right, I think I'll wind this in there, guys, because I don't really know where I'm going in life or with this podcast. So, the last episode was called Fishing for Feedback, because I spoke a lot about the Culloden Legends of Lore episode that I uploaded. I have received feedback, and I want to say thank you very much to everyone that sent it in. You know who you are. No, thank you very much. Genuinely, I'm not bullshitting you. I take it all on board. The good, the bad, and the fugly. So, there are going to be some changes when I release it officially. Nothing major. Just wee things, because there are certain things that the feedback aligns itself with. It crosses over to similar things. But that's coming up. That is coming. I need to write episode 2 and episode 3, which is harder than I planned it to be. I don't know why I didn't start with easier topics, but, fucking why not? Let's do it the hard way. I'll get episodes 2 and 3 done, and then I'm going to release them, bam, and hopefully I'll try to release one a month. Jesus. It takes so much longer than doing these, because with these I just sit down on my lonesome, like some sad opinionated loner, and I just talk to myself. But they take scripting and researching, and you gotta type all the fucking script up, and then you gotta edit the script, and then you gotta, read the script, time it out, and poor Charlotte, she just gets to hear it. I'd be sitting having dinner talking about what's going on in our lives, and I'll go, do you know that the name Stuart actually became Stuart Stuart, because American, what the fuck, where did that come from? Yeah, so she gets to live with this. So for the next wee while, she's going to be hearing all about banshees. I hope she likes hearing about Scottish and Irish omens of death. Isn't that going to be delightful? Be walking along at night and we'll hear a screech. Now, that could be the cry of a banshee, Charlotte. That means somebody is soon to die. Okay. Keep your eyes to the ground for a silver comb. Right, okay guys. Sorry, I've got a wee bit off topic there. What topic? I don't know, no topics. Okay, now, as always, always, thank you, Blackmail. Thank you for the theme song. Thank you, Cora, for your artwork, for the logo. Thank you, dear listener, for your time. I hope you're well. I don't know what's going on in your life, but to the individual listening, you got this. Okay. Now, as I say, every week, you be good to yourselves. Look after each other. Don't take any shit. Just be good. Alright, I'll speak to you next time, guys. Bye for now.